Good afternoon. You might recognise where I am. I am in our lovely classroom. We are going to be coming in, some of the members of staff, to do some bits and bobs around school in preparation for when we get back. There's a couple of us in today and we'll be back in again in 2 weeks. So that's what I've been doing today. So apologies that I was a little bit slower in getting back to your responses on Seesaw. Some really brilliant work. And can I just encourage you to please get in touch with me if you're struggling, but also get in touch with people who maybe are struggling themselves. So there's a few people who haven't been engaging with the Seesaw activities. So if you're in touch with any of them, ask them how they're getting on with it, and if they're not doing any of it, maybe ask why or encourage them to get involved. It's a really good way for us to stay in touch with each other and to keep on learning even though we're not at school. So earlier I arrived quite early to school because I thought we were supposed to meet at 9, but it was actually 9:30. So I thought I'd make good use of my time and record myself in my car reading a couple of chapters in advance. What I didn't realise was that the sound on my phone isn't working properly, so when I went back to watch and listen to the videos before I uploaded them, they didn't work. So here I am doing this chapter again. I hope you had lots of fun listening to the next part in our story as Augie meets Mr. Brown and they talk about the precepts. I hope you've had a chance to maybe come up with your own, and I'd love to read those if you send them back to me. No pressure if you don't want to do it, or if you're not quite sure. It's just something fun if you wanted to just go for it. We are on page 49 and the chapter title is Lunch. Via had warned me about lunch in middle school, so I guess I should have known it would be hard. I just hadn't expected it to be this hard. Basically, all the kids from all the 5th grade classes poured into the cafeteria at the same time, talking loudly and bumping into one another, while they ran to different tables. One of the lunchtime teachers said something about no seat saving allowed, but I didn't know what she meant, and maybe no one else did either, because just about everybody was saving seats for their friends. I tried to sit down at one table, but the kid on the next chair said, "Oh, sorry, but somebody else is sitting there, or sitting here." So I moved to an empty table and just waited for everyone to finish stampeding and the lunchroom teacher to tell us what to do next. As she started telling us the cafeteria rules, I looked around to see where Jack Will was sitting, but I didn't see him on my side of the room. Kids were still coming in as the teachers started calling the first few tables to get their trays and stand on line at the counter. Julian, Henry and Miles were sitting at a table toward the back of the room. Mum had packed me a cheese sandwich with graham crackers. Have a look at what those are. So it's spelt like how we would say graham. And I think they say them as graham crackers, so graham crackers, and a juice box. So I didn't need to stand on line when my table was called. Instead, I just concentrated on opening my backpack, pulling out my lunch bag, and slowly opening the aluminium foil wrapping of my sandwich. I could tell I was being stared at without even looking up. I knew that people were nudging each other, watching me out of the corner of their eyes. I thought I was used to those kinds of stares by now, but I guess I wasn't. There was one table of girls that I knew were whispering about me because they were talking behind their hands. Their eyes and whispers kept bouncing over to me. I hate the way I eat. I know how weird it looks. I had a surgery to fix my cleft palate when I was a baby, and then a second cleft surgery when I was 4. But I still have a hole in the roof of my mouth, and even though I had jaw alignment surgery a few years ago, I have to chew food in the front of my mouth. I didn't even realise how this looked until I was at a birthday party once, and one of the kids told the mum of the birthday boy he didn't want to sit next to me because I was too messy with all the food crumbs shooting out of my mouth. I know the kid wasn't trying to be mean, but he got in big trouble later, and his mum called my mum that night to apologise. When I got home from the party, I went to the bathroom mirror and started eating a saltine cracker to see what I looked like when I was chewing. The kid was right. I eat like a tortoise. If you've ever seen a tortoise eating, like some prehistoric swamp thing. Have a look at a video of a tortoise eating and let me know what you think.